What up, Rob? Welcome to a new episode of the BrandonJaneauShow. As you know, I am Brandon Janeau, and like always, on all podcast platforms everywhere, BrandonJaneauShow. Social media platforms, TikTok, Facebook, Threads, BrandonJaneauShow. Well, Threads is Brandon Janeau, so Instagram and Threads are Brandon Janeau. So just check out the show. But on Facebook and Facebook and TikTok is Brandon Janeau Show. Yeah, so I gotta remember that. And of course, YouTube channel Brandon Janeau Show. That's the Brandon Janeau Show. You go and watch all the visuals out there that I have. The new episode out right now. Top 10 Roman Reigns matches. Well, my top 10 Roman Reigns matches. So go watch that because speaking of Roman Reigns, it's wrestling life. You already know. Today was the PLE Bash in Berlin. 5 matches on the card today, and amazing pay-per-view. So let's get into it, man. Y'all already know how I do my rate and review shows on PLEs for WWE. Um, I might start doing them on AEW, but AEW is a little bit too damn far. They got like 14 damn matches. I ain't got time to be sitting there trying to grade every damn match. That's just ridiculous. Um, but definitely, man. Um, uh, so let's get into it, man. And at the end of this episode, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do tomorrow night when it comes to NXT No Mercy because that's another one. I do NXT PLEs, but tomorrow I got 2 conflicts and not enough time. So I don't know. I'm gonna probably watch one on my phone and watch one on TV. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna have to figure it out. But that's tomorrow, not tonight. Like I said, today, if you don't know how I do my rate review, I go from my least favorite match on the card to my most favorite match on the card. Um, so um, yeah. Uh, so let's get into it, man. Like I said, 5 matches on this card. Not a lot of craziness. Storytelling at its finest. 4 of the 5 matches was perfect storytelling. Um, I rated from 1 star to 5 stars, which you gotta literally not do shit to get a 1 star. Like it's like it was no match at all. Like they blew it all. Ref just never, it's gotta just be a terrible, like just nothing there to get a 1 star. But I give it 5 stars, um, 5 stars, and I got a couple 5 stars. Like I said, it's 5 fucking matches. It wasn't a terrible PLE by no stretch of imagination. Um, I loved it, man. So let's get into it, man. So kicking it off, I gave this match 4.5 stars. I'm gonna probably drop it to 4. Probably drop it to 4. And that is the Unholy Union versus Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. I gave it 4.5, but I probably would give it like really 4 stars. As the time has passed. Um, Better than I thought it would be. I would say that. You got three really great workers in the ring. I think a lot of people forget you know, uh, Amber Fire was literally like the longest reigning NXT UK Women's Champion. Like, and Ala Dawn and Amber Fire were, the last NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. Like, people forget that, you know, um, that they were, the last NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. And they only lost the belts to Shayna and Ronda because Vince wanted to take the belts off of them. Like it was the dumbest shit on the planet. They pretty much got rid of the NXT titles just to have just one set of pair of women's tag team championships. Which, by the way, when you created these titles, they were to be defended on every brand on WWE. That means Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. So for these women, uh, you know, unholy union to have won the tag team titles at Bash at Berlin, not Bash at Berlin, God Almighty, Clash at the Castle. Um, that's the thing about it, man. Bianca's a hell of a worker. I get why people don't like Jade. I didn't watch any AEW. I'm not even gonna act like I did. I always heard about her, you know, through social media, and it's Jade Cargill. You you gonna hear about her, like you gonna hear about her. Oh yeah. But I'm not a wrestling watching her wrestle. You know, is there something to be desired there? Yeah, possibly. Is she going to be like a Bianca? Like, I think pairing her up with Bianca and Naomi, which is also who they're also paired up with, pairing them two up, pairing them two up with her. It's supposed to kind of like keep you from actually watching how she works in the ring and stuff. But she's like she's Bianca's gonna take most of the beatings, and then Jay's gonna come in and get the big pop. This is what we've always seen in tag teams. I don't know why the fuck when there's a person, even if a person can't really wrestle, they always let the worker, the person that can actually wrestle, go in, take the beatings, and then the person that kind of can get the huge pops and stuff, they're invested in. They come in and do the pops, and so I remember when Kane and Big Show were tag teams. Man, like remember when Kane and Big Show used to be a tag team, and Kane used to get his ass whooped, and then Big Show used to come in and get the big pops. Um, which is weird to say, but yeah, that happened. Um, but the situation with this is that I didn't think the match was bad. Like I said, I didn't have the highest expectations for it. I was like, let's just see how it looks. Wasn't a super duper, I didn't really think it would be a crazy super duper, match. But like I said, Amber Fire, Aladon, and Bianca could really work their ass off. Jade, I'm not gonna bash Jade because she may be limited, man. She might really just be limited. I mean, she's supposed to be this powerhouse, this brick house. And some people are saying, oh, when she becomes a heel, it's going to be better. And I don't know that. And to be honest with you, I don't think she's going to be a heel. I don't think you turn her heel, which is the thing about this situation. Is do you turn her heel? I've been saying for a while that Jade and Bianca need to go heel. If they're gonna go heel, then both of them need to go heel because it doesn't make sense to keep one face and one heel and try to create that rivalry that way. Jade's not ready to fight Bianca in a match. She's not ready. She's just not ready. And the fact of the matter is, people don't want to admit that she's not ready to go one on one with Bianca in a match. She has to one also on top of this because you've kept her in this tag team for so long. I don't know if she's ready to go one on one with anyone in a match by herself. That's the thing about this. You've been protecting her for so long, so when you do let her go off the road, when she does finally get the chance to actually wrestle someone, what is it going to look like when you finally have to put on a 10, 15, 20 minute match? You know what she remind me of? What Jay's starting to play is wrestling like right now. You know what they doing with her? Nia Jax without the injuries. She's Nia Jax. The first time Nia Jax got into WWE, they didn't really know how to use her properly. They know really what to do with Nia Jax. Like I said, without the injuries, Jade is Nia. Where it was like, what do we do with her? Like, what do we physically do with her? And that's kind of the thing. And Nia was actually a little bit better than Jade when it came to the in ring work. She just was a little bit clumsy, and she just did do some outlandish shit. She got people injured. She injured a lot of people. But Jade's kind of in the same boat as Nia in my mind. Like when I first saw Nia back in the day, she was just about just being the powerhouse, kind of like Jade. She's just the powerhouse. But you have to, and Nana is still a powerhouse, but at least you have some confidence that she can carry a match for 10, 15 fucking minutes. It's not like you just go in there and just throw people to fuck around all day. They have not figured out what to do with Jade, and she has the ability to be Bianca. She has the ability. You just have to find whatever she is and what she does outside of just the power. Because Bianca's got power, but they figured out a way to make her an actual wrestler too. And I don't know if Jay's probably training like crazy, but it still feels like they are very afraid for when they finally do let her do her or like go one on one with someone, it's not gonna come out the way they want to, and that is why they're keeping them in a tag team together. I don't know if they're ever gonna turn that one of them are gonna turn on each other. To be honest with you, yeah, I don't see the point of it. And if it is gonna be somebody that turns on someone, it's got to be Bianca. Bianca's got to turn heel, and I think because if you sit there and say, "Yo, Jay needs to turn heel," once she turns heel and she has to be on her own, I don't think she's ready for that. At least the crowd can push her if she's a face, but a heel turn is the last thing you want to do, and then it still don't get over. What are you gonna do now with this person? Like at least with a face, you can be like, okay, well we got another option, which is turn her heel. But if you turn her heel immediately and then she still can't get over with the fans, the experiment is over. You, what you gonna do? Turn her back face? Like you can't do that. That is why I'm like, if somebody's gonna turn face heel, it's Bianca. Bianca's gotta turn heel, obviously. To be honest with you, I don't care about these titles. I've said this numerous times. I wish they would actually turn these titles into a mid card title for the women. It'd be way easier and way better, and have that be that. And plus, on top of that, these tag team titles don't get defended on three fucking brands. It gets defended on Raw and SmackDown. This was the first time in a long time that they actually went to NXT and actually fought NXT talent. If I was them, I would take those two titles, merge it into one, and call it the fucking day. I just think this is stupid. It doesn't make sense. I get it. You got the I refuse to learn a fucking name. I'm not pure collection bullshit. I don't know what the fuck you call that that group with Shayna and Zoe and fuck what's her name? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Sonya. I don't know like I don't care about that name. You got Damage Control, but you only got like two of them right now. And yeah, they could go for the tag team titles, but I've seen Damage Control with the belts, and I believe Io and Kairi Sane, Io Sky and Kairi Sane should be like New Day. And I don't mean like this New Day that we see in today. I mean like New Day, like still when they in trouble, pop up. But for the most part, separate them. Like let EO go for the title. Let Kyrie Sane maybe get drafted to SmackDown, traded to SmackDown, and you bring over a SmackDown woman. I don't really know who you could bring over from SmackDown that 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 levels up on the same Kyrie Sane type. Michin, maybe you bring over Michin, Miriam. I mean, maybe that might work, but they need to separate them. Let them let EO go back for the title. And Kyrie Sane can go for the title. Kyrie is the fact that Kyrie's in a fucking tag team and y'all not really unleashing her, a former two-time women's NXT champion, is disturbing to me. Like that shit is wild to me. She came back and immediately joined the group, and has been in that group for the longest. When are you gonna let this woman go and do her own thing? I just if I was WWE right now, man, creative, I would get rid of the tag team titles. I would get rid of them. For the women, I would get rid of them. I would just merge that bitch into one mid card title. You call it the U.S. Women's Title, the International Women's Title. Come up with some creative ass name. The Women's Evolution Championship or some shit like something. Like you could come up with some creative ass name, but those titles gotta go. Because you're running out of tag teams. The next people you're gonna put them tag team titles on, I can tell you right now who you gonna put them tag team titles on. Piper Nevin and Chelsea Green. That's literally gonna be the next tag team that's gonna win those women's tag team titles. Because you already seen what Io and Kyrie could do with them. Damage Control's had them bitches for so long, too many times to count. Tiffany and Nia are not gonna be tag team for too much longer because Tiffany's going to cash in Money in the Bank on her. Clearly you don't trust Zoe Stark and Shayna to be tag team champions. Because if that was the case, you just would have let them one at Clash at the Castle, or they at least would have been in this match. So clearly you don't think they are ready to be tag team champions. You don't bring them to NXT enough to actually have them be on NXT to fight those women down there, which I actually think the tag team titles would be better in NXT. That actually would help the NXT. That would actually help the tag. That's one of the times where the brand would actually help the titles, not the titles helping the brand. They would do better in NXT. They have way more women to even talk about. And if you put those women tag team titles in NXT, which I think would actually help the tag team titles, because at least with NXT, you will have new stars coming in fighting the Damage Controls and the Zoe Starks and Shayna's. And I think if you actually gave them tag team titles in NXT and let the tag team titles be an NXT thing, because they have way more women down there, it would fucking help the titles. But I think they need to bring a mid card titles for women, man. It's time, like, cause these tag team titles being on the main card suck. It's stupid. Shit, I actually think if shit, maybe the women's North American Championship become like a anyone can get it, and you actually let the tag team titles go to NXT. Why not? I mean, you put the title on Kalani Jordan, or maybe a Jada Parker when she wins it, probably at Stand and Deliver, because I think she's gonna win that title at Stand and Deliver. I think she's gonna be Roxanne tomorrow. But if she goes and beats Kalani at Stand and Deliver, Jada could go to Raw and fight some woman there, or she go to SmackDown. She's still gonna be on NXT. Why not let that title be the title that circulates through the brands, and then you have the tag team titles just in NXT, because that actually would fucking make sense. That would actually help the titles. And then you also get these. You could put them on JC Jane and and uh and Fallon Henley. Like put them belts on Fallon, or you could give it to Lash Legend and Jackson and Jakara Jackson. Like you could give these belts to these women in NXT who actually already have something down there, and then you can have them go around and not just be NXT titles. Like, but you have the North American Women's title be the title that's getting moved around, because that makes sense. Like the exclusivity of that belt doesn't work for me on NXT, because that's an actual title belt that should be more prestigious and should be placed around. There's too many women in the WWE that won't get an opportunity to fight Nia or Liv right now. You know how many women that are not even in the storylines right now because of this bullshit? You got Rhea and Liv fighting for the title. That's a whole nother storyline. And then you got Nia, who really doesn't have anybody to fight outside of maybe Tiffany, and outside of Tiffany, and that's it. Yeah. If I was WWE, I would burn the women's tag team titles or give them bitches to NXT. That's what I would do. I would make the North American women's title. Um, I would let Kalani Jordan or Jada Parker, whoever wins it by send and deliver, and I would make that title be the title that goes around WWE, could be defending on all three bands, and then I would give the women's tag team titles strictly to NXT. Let them have that because they have new women coming up every fucking week, and now you have TNA women coming in, and TNA have their own set of tag team women knockout champions. Imagine what you could do with that. Like, it, yeah, if I that was what I would do. I would do that. I would give the women's tag team titles to NXT, and then I would have the North American women's title be the women's mid card title for the entire WWE. And then if you win it, then you get three chances. The difference is, at least with Triple H and Shawn being in charge of the WWE creative, whoever wins that North American Championship, if it is a main card, a main roster woman, they're going to NXT. They're going to compete on NXT. So now you're getting a superstar woman. Let's say Bailey beats Kalani, and then Bailey comes. Now Bailey's going Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Now you watching both. Now you watching all three. But the match wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad match. It was better than I thought it would be. It only wrestled for like I think 12 minutes, so it wasn't super crazy, but better than I thought it would be. I thought it better than I thought it would be. So like I said, I gave it 5.5, but I give it 4 stars. Really, 4 stars. Yeah. All right. So clearly, I have 4 5-star matches, all different in all different ways. So let's go with this. My first 5-star match is Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley versus Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan, the mixed tag team match. I gave this 5 stars. Um, it's 5 stars. It's 5 stars. I like the fact they let Damian Priest and Rhea beat the hell out of Liv and Dominic, which they should have. Judgment Day should have came out and helped, which they should have. If you thought Liv and Dom can actually handle Rhea and Damian Priest by themselves, you are delusional. They needed the Judgment Day to come in and help. The fact that this match was as good as it was, Rhea was a pop. Come on, that's Rhea Ripley. Come on now. But I thought this match would be okay. I didn't think it would be super over the top. I thought it'd be okay. But that crowd made this match 5 stars. I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. That crowd made this match 5 stars for me. Because the pop, the real guy when she put Dom in that fucking headlock, that shit was crazy. That shit was nuts. This was the right outcome. Anybody that's sitting there saying, "Oh man, Dom and Liv should have won," for fucking what reason? Why? There is no way in hell you think Dom can beat Damian Priest 1-on-1 in a singles match by themselves. You really think he should have won this by himself? Get the fuck out of here. There's no way in hell you think Liv can beat Rhea by herself. Come on now. And Rhea's going to get that belt back. They had to give Rhea a reason to get another shot at Liv. Beating her, pinning her 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. Yeah, now I have a pinfall over you. I beat you. I need that belt. I need that match. It makes sense. My thing with this situation is Rhea and Liv are gonna, I hope, it had bad blood. I do not need this to go further. I'm already burnt out on this rivalry. I don't care about the storyline outside of. I don't really care about the storyline. I'll be honest. I don't care. I thought that I've always said like when Rhea came back, that's when Judgment Day was gonna split. Judgment Day is not strong enough to fight Rhea, and Damian Priest by themselves. Outside of like star power, yeah. But let's be real. How many of you really believe Kalisto and fucking JD McDonough can beat or Dom can beat Damian Priest in a one-on-one match? Fuck out of here. Without interference, without goofy shit happening. Come on now. And that's the problem. I want this the shit to end. And then the problem is that Damian Priest and Finn ain't even fought yet. So they're gonna be entangled with this fucking Judgment Day shit for the rest of the year. And that's my problem with this. I don't want it to be for the rest of the year. And I get why you're doing it because, like I said, Raw doesn't really have women to really go up against Rhea once she beat Liv. At least anyone that you're gonna care about. Now, if Becky comes back, that's a whole nother conversation. Then Becky comes back, now we're having a whole nother conversation. But since she's not coming back anytime soon, I don't assume she's coming back anytime soon. And then she just got set back, so she's really not rushing to come back. Yeah, they're gonna keep running this shit. But here's the problem with it. At some point, you're gonna have to leave that story, and that's the thing. I don't want it to go bleed into next fucking year. Like it needs to end at Bad Blood. Both sides, both stories. I don't need Damian Priest and Finn three different matches. Like it needs to be one decisive ass match. Damian gets his get back. We're done. Move on. Because there's so many things you could do with Damian Priest outside of that, and that is you could just put that man in the Intercontinental Championship match. Hell, he doesn't. Nobody knows what Gunther's going to do now for the World Heavyweight Championship. He's not going to fight him at Bad Blood, clearly. But Survivor Series, Damian Priest never got his one-on-one. He never got his rematch for the title. Damian Priest versus Gunther at Survivor Series. Sign me the fuck up. I'm with it. Let's do it. That match at SummerSlam was amazing. Let's do it. I don't need, and the Judgment Day needs to go, and that's who the fuck the Wyatt Six need to go attack next. So the Judgment Day is good. The Judgment Day got a whole other storyline going on. The Wyatt Six could go get the Judgment Day. Why not? Finn was the first person. Bray Wyatt. Finn was the first person that the Fiend targeted when he came. Finn is also clearly, if they're doing this where it's like they're going after people that have betrayed their family. Judgment Day is the perfect fucking people to go get. You got a storyline with the Judgment Day right there. The Wyatt Six. Nikki Cross can go for Liv. You got you got Dexter Loomis, um Dexter Loomis, Eric Rowan, and Joe Gacy, Dime, JD, Carlito. That's four. And then of course Uncle Hottie goes for Finn. We got a robbery. Done. Close the fucking book. Done. Judgment Day is good once you leave them. It's real and Damian Priest that will get tied up in this shit to the point where you can't find anyone. And yeah, you could say put Rhea with Io Sky, which I would love to see. But that's a super pay per view match. Like I don't think you need to put that shit on no B level ass pay per view, Crown Jewel or some shit. Like no. Or you could put her against Laura Valkyria. Why not? Like let Rhea fight Laura. Like that would be a dope ass match, a dope ass rivalry real quick. Get that off and Io and Rhea fight at WrestleMania. Why not? Or Bianca gets moved to Raw and she fights Rhea. Why not? It. But the problem with the Judgment Day situation right now is that Rhea's gonna win the belt. She's gonna get that belt back at Bad Blood. If you think she's not, you're just fucking stupid and you don't know the stories. You clearly don't know storylines. Rhea is now going for that belt. That's all she gives a fuck about. She don't care about Dime. She don't care about none of that shit. She wants that belt. She never technically lost it. She lost to Liv at SummerSlam, but she got cheated out that match. And I actually think there should be a stipulation in place. I think that this is, if it's going to be at Bad Blood, I don't think it needs to be in a Hell in a Cell, but it needs to be a stipulation in place. I do believe it needs to be a stipulation in place. Maybe a street fight. They've been doing a lot of women's street fights lately. Why not have Liv and Rhea fight in a street fight for the World Heavyweight Championship? Or maybe not a, oh, you can't really, no, because if you got a Hell in a Cell, you can't really do a steel cage. Fuck, shit. Well, if you do it before Bad Blood, which you're not gonna do that match just on some random ass Raw. You're gonna have that match. So it needs to be a stipulation. Maybe a street fight. Maybe an I Quit match. A women's I Quit match. That'd be dope as fuck to see actually. Why not? Let Rhea and Liv fight at Bad Blood in the I Quit match for the World Heavyweight Championship, Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Why not? I mean, shit. Let's do something because them just fighting one on one for the title, it doesn't make, you already had that. It warrants Bad Blood. Like Extreme Rules, right? Like this is a rivalry that's been going on just as long as the CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. It needs that. It needs a stipulation, a real one. Maybe a street fight. Maybe a I quit. Maybe a last woman standing. Something Dom really can't get involved in, and it's got to be Liv that actually has to be real. It has to be where Dom can't really he can't really affect the match like talking about it. It needs to be it needs to be that that's what like a I quit match. Like Liv has gotta make Rhea quit. There's nothing that Dominic or Judgment Day can do about that. You have to make her quit. That's why I think an I quit match would work. A last woman standing match would be also cool, but I feel like it's gotta be a match that make like Liv has gotta make Rhea quit. Like you can't beat me without Judgment Day. And the only way I know you can't beat me is if we do a I quit match. It's gotta be something like that where it's bad blood, but it's for the title, and that Dom and the Judgment Day can't really affect the match. And Liv has to beat Rhea by herself. And that's what I'm thinking. No, nah. A lot of match could work, but Dom could still get involved. I feel like it's got to be something that Judgment Day and Dominic Mysterio they can't even affect it. It's got to be something like that, and that's why I feel like it's got to be like an I quit match. But this match was great. It was a really cool match. It was a great blow off match. It was right before the main event, right after the strap match. It was good. It was a good match. Coming in, my second 5-star match of the night: Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens for the undisputed WWE Championship. This is 5 stars. It's 5 stars. I never doubted Cody and Kevin Owens getting in the ring and having a great match. Never doubted it. Where people are pissing me off when it comes to this story. You want Kevin Owens to turn heel. Okay. He turns heel. He's not being Cody. He's not being Cody. Not even by a long shot. He's not being Cody. He's not getting that belt off of Cody. So he turned heel just to lose? Just to lose to Cody? Fuck is the point? That's the same shit I said with Jay Cargill. It's like once you go that route of heel, people are still gonna say they did Kevin Owens wrong. They're gonna say that shit regardless. At least with this situation, Kevin Owens is fatigued. Kevin Owens is tired. Kevin Owens is coming up short every fucking day. Kevin Owens is the only goddamn wrestler that actually pays attention to the story. Like Kevin Owens is the only one that actually knows what the fuck is happening in the company. Like I shouldn't be in this match. Like they had like a like a compilation of Kevin Owens just being like, nobody said your name. Why are you out here? No, they don't understand how this works. They don't understand how this works. Kevin Owens is the only person that actually understands. Kevin Owens is a fan. Kevin Owens is literally the fan. Like, so we just gonna ignore that shit happen? Like Kevin Owens is the only one that's like, no, that shit happened. Why the fuck did that happen? That doesn't make any sense. What the fuck? Like Kevin Owens is the only person that understands us. It's awesome. But people that sitting there continuously saying, "Oh, he should turn heel. He should go heel." You clearly don't understand what the story is. It's not Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is the side quest. If this was a video game, Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens was the side quest because the main challenge is Randy Orton. Randy Orton in the main event tonight showed you something. Showed you something. That he is getting back to that vicious side, that cutthroat side. He wants that 15th title. He wants that 16th title. He wants that 17th title. He wants that title. And Cody Rhodes is the person he's going to get it from. People say Cody's reign is boring. I'll tell you what boring is. Boring is having a title for 2 fucking years and the storyline didn't really get good until you put somebody else in it. Boring is having pay per view after pay per view and you win the same fucking way. Boring is that no matter how good you are, you always needed your family to fucking bail you out. Y'all forget, and this is why I say all the time with people, y'all only acknowledge the 2 years of the Bloodline storyline. Y'all were not there in 2020. You weren't there in 2020. You clearly weren't there in 2020. When Roman won that belt, him and Jay had 2 matches. Then he moved him on to Kevin Owens. A pretty easy way to move on to somebody. But then you forget that 2021 was fucking boring. It's fucking boring, man. That dude, that's when he started to now have those very long, drawn out times he stopped and shit. He fought Cesaro at Backlash after he keeping the belt at keeping the belt at WrestleMania. Fought Cesaro at Backlash, never fought Cesaro again. Cesaro ended up in AEW. He fought Daniel Bryan. No, he fought Daniel Bryan first. Beat Daniel Bryan. He ends up in AEW. Fight Cesaro. He beats Cesaro. He ends up in AEW. And then for literally a couple of months after that, you had this man fight what? You had him fight Finn Balor in a fucking bullshit ass rivalry for no reason. He fought Edge, beat Edge at Money in a Bank, fought John Cena at SummerSlam, fought Brock Lesnar for like 2, 3 pay-per-views straight, which made no fucking sense. And then you had what? That's 2021. People forget this shit was a drawn out, long ass, bullshit ass story. Like it was fucking boring, bro. Like I said, y'all only remember the after WrestleMania 38 time. You only remember the 2 years that he really was the champion when Sammy got into the story. If you actually go back and watch the first two, like the first year and a half of that story, that shit was fucking boring, bro. Like all they had was Jay. It was fucking boring, bro. Like y'all don't understand, bro. That Roman Reigns title reign, y'all remember the 2 years that he had, those 2022 to the end. That's how y'all remember. You forget that shit. Like y'all forget 2020 and 2021. They would have him beat a person and then just move the fuck on. When he was trying to fight Finn again at at SummerSlam, bro, you already had fought Finn and you beat him already. What the fuck you fighting him again for? That was fucking boring. Y'all forget shit. It's cool. I got you. That shit was boring. Cody Rayne is not boring. He ain't got no story. And that's the difference. Roman always had a story. Cody don't have a story. But he will once Randy Orton turns heel. Every match Cody's been in, outside of that solo match, 'cause that shit was fucking long and okay, that match was boring. That was a boring ass match. Because it didn't need to be that fucking long. It didn't really need to be that fucking long. It could have been literally 20 minutes. Roman could have came out, we could have did all the boom 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 shit, and we could have moved on to the next fucking thing. They tried to build Solo up to like be that dominant, conquering. Like, bro, nobody believes that shit. The best time they had the Cody Solo match would have been if Cody would have won WrestleMania 39 and then Solo met him the next pay-per-view. Solo lost literally like 30 fucking matches in a row. Nobody cared. Cody's story, Cody in the ring is amazing, but I do feel like Cody is kind of running into this. Cody might really be hurt. I don't know, but Cody's running into this problem where he's starting to hit his finishers a little bit too soon for my liking. And it's like, bro, I get it that you gotta hit your finisher, but when people are kicking out your finisher, like they're kicking it out on your finishers, is that really a finisher? Like when somebody hit you with a stunner, when Stone Cold hit you with the stunner, you wasn't kicking out that shit. When Triple H hit you with the pedigree, that was decisive. When you got tombstone, that was done. When you got rock bottom and people elbowed, you were done. We gotta get back to that shit. I don't know what the fuck happened with these fucking people that now do this shit. They do finishers 3-8, 3-8 times in a fucking match, and then you think that that shit is cool. Like we gotta put more respect on finishers again. This shit is ridiculous. I love when certain matches need people to kick out of finishers. WrestleMania 40, perfect example. Kick out the finishers. Hit three of them bitches. Get the crowd into it. But this didn't need you to hit five fucking crossroads. It didn't need it. You should have just hit two, maybe two, and that was the end. Hit one and then hit another, and we were done. You're diminishing the endings of the finisher. You just, and that's a lot of this shit nowadays. There's a lot of people do that shit. I don't like that shit. It's cool to do it for certain occasions. When you're doing it at just a regular old PLE, why? You're diminishing your finisher. Why? It's like a pet peeve of mine now. Like, I get it, I understand it. To get the crowd a cheap little pop, but you're fucking up your own finisher. Because now it's like, bro, your finisher is not even a real finisher. It's just like a setup to set up to the next thing. And it's supposed to be a finisher. Decisive. Boom. Over. And you kicking out of it? The fuck? Nah. Nah, 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 nah. I don't know what you do with Kevin Owens. Clearly, he's going to continuously fight the blood. Another thing. Cody Rhodes got a title. Kept the title. Great. I don't know what you do with Cody. You got three scenarios. So here's the thing about people that don't understand. They got three avenues they can go down. The simplest avenue is just put Cody back in the ring with Solo and have that match. Which I've been going back and forth with this. I think Cody and Solo fight the premiere of Raw on USA. I think Cody and Solo fight on the premiere of Raw on SmackDown. The premiere of SmackDown on USA Network, I think it's gonna be Cody versus Solo. I think, and that's gonna be the night that Paul Heyman, Roman, and Jey Uso come back. I think all three of them come back that night, and then that leads into Solo because you got to get that shit out the way. Solo has got to get that shit out the way. Triple H says he listens to people on the internet and what like the internet and social media. You can tell people do not want to see this match. If you're going to have this match, have it on TV, get it over and done with. We don't need to have it at a fucking PLE, wasting our time and our fucking energy. No, 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 no. Let that shit be on TV. Let Jay and Roman and Paul come back, and then you set up Solo and Jacob Fatu versus Roman and Jimmy at Bad Blood. And that will immediately start the catalyst of Jey Uso and maybe even Sammy saying, "Fuck it, we'll join you." After the beatdown, they're gonna beat them down after the match, and Jay is gonna come out there and try to save his brother more so than Roman. But so that's the first avenue. Give us Cody Solo on TV. I do not want to see that at PLE. God Almighty, please no. Second avenue, Cody Randy, which is very simple. Randy just turns heel on Cody. Turns heel on Cody. Either Doe do it, or maybe he does. Cody's fighting at Bad Blood. Cody's fighting at Bad Blood. That's his hometown. He's from Atlanta. He's fighting at Bad Blood. The second one is just simple. Randy turns on Cody, and he turns on Cody right after the match with Solo. Roman and them come out, do their thing, kind of get the new bloodline out the way. Randy comes out, helps out Cody, stays in the ring, and then RKO's Cody, and maybe even Kevin Owens. Maybe RKO both of them. Or Kevin Owens gets taken out this Friday, which leaves Randy the only person to really help Cody after Roman and them scare out the bloodline. And then Randy RKO's Cody, and now you got a bad blood match. Cody Randy. Why not for the WWE Championship? Perfect. And the third avenue is the most complicated one to get to, but you can do it too, which is have Kevin Owens turn heel next on Friday. Just let him turn heel Friday, and he fights Cody again at Bad Blood, which would be stupid because you should have just did it today. You don't want to wait another couple of days then to pull the trigger. Like that's a dumbass story to tell. So yeah, Cody got three options to go next, but the simplest one is the best one, the best scenario is really just turn Randy Hill and have him fight at Bad Blood. You see how I said Cody needs to fight Solo on TV, right? For the title. They do not need to do another PLE. We're good. I've seen enough. I've seen enough. Um, but yeah, the match is good. 5 stars. I like the fact that they played into the Cody Rhodes injury, and they didn't play into it too much. They played into it to the end. At the end of the match, they played into it. Kevin Owens dealing with his own, you know, should I not pull a trigger on Cody? That was a good thing. That was good. I like that. I got two matches. Two matches. Both half. Both half. Do I go for story? I do actually go for a match. My next 5 star match is CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. Um, yeah, this is a good 5 star match. This was good. Um, better than a SummerSlam match. Way better than a SummerSlam match. I like the fact that CM Punk did not let the goddamn bracelet distract him in this match, which was my biggest complaint of the SummerSlam match. He was just too vaccinated on that goddamn bracelet. Drew had the bracelet on his wrist, but he never let it distract him. Plus, we got blood. So that was also great. That was like, okay, yeah, that's good. This was good. This was the best match you could have asked for CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. This was the best match. Um, Now people are like, what do you do? CM Punk got the bracelet back. How do you get it to the Hell in a Cell? You got a month to build this shit out. You literally have a month to build this storyline out. The storyline had been about him having the bracelet, his wife, and his dog's name on that bracelet. Some people are saying maybe have CM Punk go against Gunther on the premiere of Raw this next couple of weeks and have CM Punk fight Gunther and CM Punk beats, and that's how you cause that. Yeah, you could do that. You could do how CM Punk's been doing Drew, which is costing him opportunities. But I'm sorry, that doesn't warrant a Hell in a Cell match. It's just me giving you the karma you gave me. This is paying you back for all the shit you done to me. That doesn't warrant a Hell in a Cell. I'm sorry. Drew's got to go to Chicago. Drew's got to do something to AJ. Drew, Drew got to do something to AJ or the dog. He got to do something. He got to invade that motherfucker house. He got to do something. He got to do something. Cause him costing CM Punk a World Heavyweight title match, that shit don't warrant a Bad Blood Hell in a Cell match. Bad blood. It's gotta be like this has been about the bracelet, but it's what it represented. It's his family. It's what Drew's been saying. Your family is safer with me than you. Him tossing him a title, yeah, that could be one of the reasons. I do think that needs to be a reason, but that could be one of the reasons. But that can't be the main reason because he cost him a title match. Like fuck out of here. He needs to invade Chicago. Drew needs to actually want CM Punk to want to be in a Hell in a Cell match with him. CM Punk said this. It's over. I beat him. I don't care about Drew no more. I want the title. That's one of the reasons. But Drew's got to go to Chicago. Drew has got to. I'm not saying put hands on AJ, but she's got to make it very abundantly clear to CM Punk, like, yo, you got to whoop his ass. Like you, you gotta beat his ass. That's what warrants bad blood. That's what warrants a Hell in a Cell. Like the people forget how the first Hell in a Cell match was created. Undertaker, Shawn Michaels kept running away from the Undertaker. He ran at full in your house. He got disqualified and he left and he ran. So Undertaker was like, "Fuck that shit. You're not running no more. I'm gonna put your ass in a Hell in a Cell." That's not the same thing here. Bad blood is not this. CM Punk's not running from Drew. Drew's not running from CM Punk. There's a reason for why this is still a thing. It's never been about, yeah, title, yeah, cool, whatever. It started about the opportunity and then it went into something personal. You gotta keep it personal. Because if you go right back to what the fuck it started as, it's just Drew McIntyre saying, I injured you. I prayed for this and it happened. And then CM Punk got his get back for that. Drew won the title, but CM Punk got his get back for that. He cost him the title. And not just cost him the title, cost him the title on multiple occasions. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can do that. It could be one of the reasons for why CM Punk wants to be in a Hell in a Cell match with Drew McIntyre. But that can't be the main reason for why, because he got screwed out of a title match. That's stupid. It could be one of the reasons. It goes back to why it started, which was Drew trolling CM Punk with the belt in his face at WrestleMania to the point where CM Punk was like, man, fuck this shit. And he knocked his ass off that table and started beating his ass up with the bracelet, with the elbow brace. It could be one of the reasons for why CM Punk and Drew are fighting for at Bad Blood, but it can't be the main reason. The main reason is Drew making shit personal. He's got to go do something to warrant CM Punk to want to fucking destroy him. Want to fucking literally make him bleed. Hell in a Cell. It's got to warrant it. Him costing CM Punk the title match, yeah, okay, that's one. That's one reason. Yeah, okay, cool. But it's not the main reason. CM Punk's Drew is purposely mentioned. Drew has literally mentioned CM Punk's wife and his dog. One or both of them gotta be in harm's way at some point. I'm sorry. It has to. It has to go that way. Drew has to go to Drew literally has to go to Chicago. Drew has to literally do something to AJ or to the dog Larry or to both. Home invasion, something. Or go to Chicago and beat the shit out of CM Punk in his house. With AJ and the dog being there. Something. And AJ sees it. And she tells him, like, you gotta get your get back. Like, this is ridiculous. Whoop his ass. Like, like go into Atlanta and beat his ass. There's gotta be something. But y'all sitting there be like, oh, just a title match. That would no, it won't. This is personal. This ain't never been about a title. It ain't been about a title in 6 fucking months. Like, it ain't been about a title in 6 fucking months. Like, this is personal. This is a personal Hell in a Cell match. This isn't about a title. It's got to warrant that. How do you get that get back? Somebody said break the bracelet. Yeah, that could work. But he just got the bracelet back. What the fuck would be the point? You should have just broke the bracelet a long time ago. What the fuck would be the point now? You breaking the bracelet now? It don't make no sense. It would have to be something that warrants a Hell in a Cell. This match though was fucking good. Better than a SummerSlam match. Way better than a SummerSlam match. I love the fact that they actually almost gave us what the internet had been saying, which was Drew touched the corners, but CM Punk's behind him touching the corners too. So by the time he gets to the last corner, CM Punk and him start struggling for the strap, which could have happened, and CM Punk could have hit the GTS and put him out. But I like the fact they did it decisive, whereas like CM Punk has no, like Drew can't get up. Like this is like Drew is getting his ass whooped. GTS, like 5 GTSs, perfect. See, this is in the occasion where I actually think you hitting multiple finishes actually makes sense because Drew was not gonna stay down. Drew was getting back up. CM Punk had to keep hitting GTSs to make sure he couldn't get up no more. That made sense. So I love that. I love the match. I thought it was an amazing match, storytelling match. CM Punk takes the bracelet off and hits. By the way, it's funny because Wade Barrett kept saying, "Hey, what if it? Wouldn't it be funny if Drew McIntyre touched the ring, touch all the corners with the damn bracelet that he stole from CM Punk?" And then the fact that CM Punk touched the last rope, last corner with the bracelet in his hand, boom, that's beautiful. That's a great story. That's storytelling. That's fucking storytelling. That's what the fuck we talking about. Fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. But my favorite match of the night. Come on now. It's the main event. Gunther versus Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship. 5 stars. Let me get this out the way. If anybody sits there and tries to tell you that Gunther is boring, that Gunther title reign needs to end, that Gunther you know isn't the best heel in the business, if he's not the best wrestler in the business, I want you to stop being friends with that person and tell them to go fuck themselves immediately. Gunther is the best wrestler in WWE. That's NXT, that's SmackDown, that's Raw. It's the best wrestler. This man has no finisher. You know how crazy that is to be that fucking skilled and anything could be your finisher? You know how fucking hard that is? You know how damn near difficult that is? This man doesn't even have a finisher. Anything could be his finisher. One night he could just power bomb your ass through the rope, three in the ring. He can just power bomb your ass through the ring. That's the end. That's the end. Nothing more, nothing less. Just the end. He can clothesline you like JBL used to do. Clothesline the hell out you. And that's the end of the match. He could put you to sleep. Put you in a sleeper. Done. The motherfucker could drop kick you through the ropes. You hit the corner, bounce on the corner, get in the middle of the ring, and then he splashes on you, and that's the end. The man got multiple shit. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The man could chop your soul out your body, and that could be the end. The man is different. Gunther is different. He's different. He's different than any wrestler you've ever seen. The reason why people don't like him is because you don't really know how to really put him in a box. Because he's not a fucking box. He's the one that's outside of it. Gunther is the best fucking wrestler in the business. Are you fucking kidding me? The only one I can even give you somewhat is Will Ospreay. And Will Ospreay does uh, the shit y'all love Will Ospreay for. Gunther doesn't have to do any of that shit, and he still gets the same pops. He don't have to jump on this, do the hidden blade, and all this other shit. Gunther's the best at it, man. I don't think people understand how good Gunther is, and it fucking irks me. People don't understand a foreign heel also. That's another thing about this. A lot of y'all didn't grow up with real heels. Y'all didn't grow up with real heels. A lot of you motherfuckers just got into wrestling, casual ass fans, and you think what Roman Reigns was an actual real heel. He was the cool heel. I've seen cool heels in my life. NWO, they were a cool ass heel. That was some cool ass dudes. You actually wanted to be in the NWO. You want to be in the bloodline. Gunther's not that. Gunther's actually a heel. He's a fucking heel. He's JBL. You know what I mean? Like if you grew up, well, not grew up, like grew up watching wrestling, like I grew up watching JBL. JBL was a dis. You hated that motherfucker as a heel. You just every time he got on TV, you wanted somebody to whoop his ass. Like every time he got on TV, you wanted somebody to whoop his ass. Like Undertaker, please tombstone this motherfucker through his limousine. He deserves it. Like, he deserves it. Like he deserves that shit. CM Punk, CM Punk was a heel you didn't like. Daniel Bryan back in the day was a heel that I was just like, this motherfucker's annoying. This motherfucker is annoying. He fucking knows shit he was doing, and the crowd be like, yeah, yeah. He was like, no, no. Like that's some people that was just disturbing ass heels. Like just Gunther is a heel. He's a throwback heel. He's a foreign throwback heel. The thing about Gunther also is he's not like a lot of these heels. Like I say, like Dominic Mysterio, perfect example. Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio is a run from the heel, run from the fight heel. Gunther is a heel, but he's a confident heel. He's cocky. He's arrogant. He's unrelentingly confident. Randy Orton came out there after he at his championship celebration. Randy Orton got in the ring and said, "Hey, bro, you wouldn't even be champion if it wasn't for me. You didn't beat me at King of the Ring. My arm was up. You know that." And what Gunther say? And Randy was like, "Hey, we need to fight. We need to have a match for that title. What's up?" Gunther didn't run. Gunther didn't say, "I'll see you next time." Like, I'll fight you, but just not tonight. Roman did that shit a lot. Roman did that shit a lot. Roman would be like, "I'm gonna fight you just on my time." Gunther ain't never did that shit. Randy Orton came out, said, "I want to fight you because I deserve a title match because you didn't really beat me and you wouldn't be champion because of that." Gunther saw that and was like, "All right, we'll do it in Bash Berlin." He- 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 "Ah, we do that shit at Bash Berlin. I don't give a fuck. Let's do it. Let's run it." Like, let's do it. Let's run it. That's the difference. Like, Gunther is that. He's fucking confident. He's confident, man. And people don't like that shit. You don't like somebody that's not, you don't like confidence. You don't like somebody that's confident. Gunther is a confident, unrelenting ass heel. And then when he talks, and he talks down on somebody, you actually feel that shit. Like you, yo, this man called this man Damian Priest street trash. This man said your parents didn't do shit for you. If you was really that good at wrestling, like your parents didn't do shit for you. You you living in the streets was a choice. Damn, this nigga told this man to his face. You living in the streets was a choice. The fuck? What? Holy shit. Yo, you could tell this man to his face. You living in the streets was a choice. Oh, that shit was so fucked up. This man told Randy Orton, your your granddaddy was a fuck up. Your daddy was a fuck up. You the worst fuck up. Like, this shit is this nigga was just Randy Orton like, you motherfucker, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's like, nigga, I just wanted a title match. Why you had to take like this shit personal? What the fuck is wrong with you? This man was just when this man made Chad Gable's daughter cry and shit. This motherfucker is a different. He different, bro. This man's fucking different. But you don't like that. Y'all don't like them hills. Y'all don't like them hills. Them type of hills are very. When you look back on it, you're gonna love them motherfuckers because those are the people that actually break wrestling actually what it is, and that's the thing, man. Gunther is amazing, and like I said, in the ring, that dude's fucking amazing. Are you kidding me? Man can go out there and have a 5-star match with a fucking broomstick. Like I believe that shit. Man can go out there and have a 5-star match with a fucking broomstick, and the shit will be good. Like the man is that fucking good. Like anybody that's sitting there trying to go, like, fuck out of here, bro. I don't want to hear that shit. You lying. Randy was not gonna win this match, and that's another thing I see people saying. Why Randy lost like that? That don't make no sense. Randy should have lost like that. The fuck are you talking about? You wanted him to take a clean pin, 1, 2, 3, and then he's gonna turn around and go fight Cody fucking Rhodes? Come on now. He passed out. That's the best way to do it. I didn't pin you. I didn't have to pin you. And plus, on top of that, there is no shoulder up. There's no inconclusive way of winning this. There's no you know indecisiveness about this victory. I made you pass out. I made you pass out. Done deal. I made you pass out. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. I beat you. I made you super clean. I passed. I made Randy Orton a 14-time world heavyweight champion. Made his ass pass out in a sleeper. And you don't like the finish? Fuck out of here. Come on now. No, we're not doing that. No, we're not doing that. Gunther should have won. If he didn't win, it would have been a riot. Gunther's Gunther's not losing that belt anytime soon. Anybody that sit there and try to tell you that Gunther, you, you don't know wrestling, and clearly you don't know Triple H. Triple H loves Gunther. Fucking loves that dude. Gunther not losing that belt until Ilya Dragunov. This ain't gonna be like Cody, where he could drop the belt to Randy, and that will make sense. There's nobody that you can see really taking the belt from Gunther on Raw. I love CM Punk. He ain't beating Gunther. I fuck with Drew McIntyre. He ain't beating Gunther. Seth Rollins is my favorite wrestler of this era. He is not beating Gunther. It's either Braun Breaker or Ilya Dragunov. And neither one of them are ready to be the world heavyweight champion. Neither one of them are ready to be the world heavyweight champion. It's either going to be Braun Breaker or Ilya Dragunov. And that's it. Nobody else. I see people all saying, well, why not let Gunther lose to John Cena? For fucking what reason? Why? Why? John Cena's not beating Gunther. John Cena might get his ass squashed by Gunther, to be honest with you. I actually think that would actually work. I think, I for real, this is what I really, let's say Gunther beat Randy. He beat Randy tonight. And at WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar comes back and he fights Gunther. And then Gunther beats Brock. And then he goes to SummerSlam and then he fights John Cena. And he beats John Cena. You beat three of the last real lasting 20-year veterans of the WWE. The last three of the OVW class. He beat all three of them indecisively. And then he drops the belt. And then he drops the belt. He could drop that bitch at WrestleMania 42 for all I care after that. He could drop that bitch at WrestleMania 40. He could drop that bitch the next night on Raw. I don't give a fuck. You, you do that, I will be like, yo, done deal. I'm good. We can go, we can move on to the next. We can move on to the next. I don't give a fuck. Gunther is the best wrestler, man. He should have beaten Randy the way he beat Randy. No indecisiveness about this. There is no inconclusive evidence. I made you pass out. Done. That's how I submit my goddamn title. I won the belt that way. I beat you that way. That's how we're gonna keep it. I don't know what you do with his next ring. I don't know who you give him. CM Punk, I can see at the premiere of Monday Night Raw. I'm assuming he's going to be on Survivor Series because if he's not on Bad Blood, he's going to be on Survivor Series. I don't know who you put him against. I don't know who you put him against. It's too early for him and Ilya. It's too early for him and Ilya. Ilya is going to be the one that beats him. It don't make no sense to put him in the ring with Ilya just for him to lose. Just for Ilya to lose. Y'all are factuated on probably getting Sheamus the Intercontinental Championship. He's going to probably be Braun Breaker. So I don't see him as well, fuck, alright, shit, why not? Let that be the match. Fuck it. Hey man. Hey man. Kevin Owens could throw Cody if Cody Rhodes could throw Kevin Owens a bone and give him a match. Why the fuck can't we just hope and pray we get Sheamus Gunther for the Worldwide Championship? Why not? Hey man, I'm with that. Let's do it. Let's run it. Let's run it at Survivor Series. Fuck it. Why not? Let's run it at Survivor Series. Let's run it at Survivor Series. Run it at Crown Jewel. Run it at one of these pay-per-views. I don't give a shit. Let's run it at let's run it at one of these pay-per-views. Why not? Because there's nobody on Raw right now that I can even and no, not I know people are gonna be dumb enough and be like, well, what about Bronson Reed? No, 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 no. Bronson's in a good spot. Be the fucking dominant. He's doing what Braun Strowman did back when he first really got popping. He's doing what Braun Strowman did. People forget that. Braun Strowman used to do the same shit. Come out, dominate, destroy people, and then go right back in the back and be like, what? He's doing that same shit. And that's what got Braun Strowman over. That's what got Braun Strowman over back in 2016, 2015, 2016. Right after the Wyatt family got separated. Yeah. He's doing that same shit. He's just doing it to superstars. He's just doing it to people we actually know. That's the difference. But I wouldn't mind Sheamus and Gunther. Just for a little quick matchup. Just them two going 1-on-1. I wouldn't mind. A little quick title match feud, which actually prevails, which actually, boosts Gunther the Sheamus's reasoning for why he should go after the Intercontinental Championship more than the World Heavyweight. Yeah, why not? Fucking right. Let that be the match. Fucking right. Yeah, I think that'd be the perfect person to put him against. Because I don't think Sheamus is going to win the IC title for Braun Breaker. I don't even think he's going to fight him at Bad Blood. I think Jey Uso is going to fight Braun Breaker at Bad Blood because the story is going to be told. But if it goes the way I think it's going to go, which is Roman and Jimmy versus Solo and Jacob, the Jay has got to be on that card because I think Jay's going to come out and help, and maybe Sammy too. I don't know, but and that's another thing. At some point, they got to get the tag team titles off of the Judgment Day, and that's why I think the Wyatt Six is going to be the one that's going to feud with them. But I don't think the Wyatt Six need titles. That's shit. They're running into a dilemma. I think both tag teams, if this is true, that the Lucha Brothers in Motor City Machine Guns, which I hope Motor City Machine Guns go to Raw. SmackDown's good. SmackDown's got a bunch of tag teams. They just don't know how to utilize them the right way. But I think both teams need to go to Raw. Both of them need to go to Raw. Because they need to boost that tag team division. God almighty. They have one. They just don't know how to fucking boost it. They got to get the belts on Judgment Day. That's another thing. Y'all titles be on people that's all in different fucking storylines. So it's like those tag team titles do not need to be on Judgment Day. They need to be in rotation. Same thing with the Bloodline. I don't like the fact that the Bloodline got the tag team titles. I don't like that shit. Because you're putting them in a storyline that don't matter about them. And I know people are going to sit there and say, well, the Usos. They're still going to be in the same fucking storyline. I don't like titles being in one storyline. It don't make sense. If it's not around the title, it don't need to be in a storyline. Let that shit go somewhere else and be somewhere else with another title. I don't like that shit. I don't think the Bloodline needs the tag team titles. That's why I felt like DIY, the Street Profits, needs to be the tag team champions on SmackDown. Same thing with Judgment Day. I think Alpha American Made or the Authors of Pain, somebody needs to be the tag team champions because having the titles in another storyline that has nothing to do with the fucking belts just don't make sense. So yeah, but all in all, Bash of Berlin was great. This shit was phenomenal. It was a good pay per view, man. I know people hate this 5 match card and shit. Okay, nigga, like I said last time, go watch fucking AEW, bro. AEW got 14 matches, 7 hours of shit. You can go watch it. I'm no hating on AEW, but y'all need to find a balance. You hate 14 matches, but then you want WWE to have 8 of these bitches. Like, what the fuck? Like, not everybody needs to be on the card, and that's the fucking problem. And that's y'all biggest complaint with AEW. Everybody makes the card. It's like, what the fuck? Why? What the why? No, no. I love this. I love this. Reminds me of NXT. I love it. I fucking love it. Yeah, this was awesome. This was awesome. Have one grudge match and have the rest be title matches. That works. That's NXT. That's NXT, man. That's NXT. Oh yeah, I love this match. I thought this pay per view was amazing. 2 straight pay per views, and WWE's knocked it out the park. SummerSlam and Bash of Berlin. Can't get mad at it. Even Money in the Bank was good. I think Money in the Bank was really good. It wasn't a bad Money in the Bank. It was a good Money in the Bank. I mean, the main event sucked. It was long as shit. But it was great to see Jacob Fatu get his just due because he beat the shit out of them niggas. But I'm just being honest. Um, but yeah. Um, so the dilemma that I have. So I'm starting my Bleed Purple and Gold LSU podcast tomorrow. That first game is against USC. That's tomorrow. It just so happens to be running at the same time as NXT No Mercy. So I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I probably have No Mercy on my phone, and then I'm watching LSU USC. And then when I'm done, I'm gonna record both episodes. Or what I really think I might have to do no matter what, which is watch the LSU USC game, or maybe watch that Monday and then watch. I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna have to figure it out. But tomorrow I'm gonna be pretty much pulling double duty. But one of those episodes is getting recorded Monday. I'm not recording that shit. I'm not recording 2 episodes on a Sunday, especially at like 10, 9, 10, 11, 12 o'clock in the fucking nighttime. Like, that's not happening. So one might record. I'm gonna probably record that right after the game, and then I'll probably watch NXT No Mercy that Monday because I don't really record on Mondays. So I'll probably watch that Monday and then record the episode that Monday. So and then put that out, and then I go from there. Yeah. Uh, yeah. The next PLE is Bad Blood, and that's not until October. So yeah, but I will be doing a show soon. I got the wrestling debate coming soon. Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. So stay tuned for that. What else I want to do? I don't know what I could do for this. I'm gonna try. I'll probably talk about. Probably do my first premiere. Probably do two when SmackDown goes to Friday. Probably do a SmackDown review. And then when NXT goes to the CW, I'll probably do one that week too, which leads into Bad Blood, which will be that Tuesday. No, that's Sunday. That's Saturday. Saturday. So yeah, but yeah, yeah. Bachelor Berlin was amazing though, man. I love Bachelor Berlin. I thought it was an amazing pay per view. I know a lot of people are mad, bored. They were like, it's so boring. I was like, y'all complain about every fucking thing. I don't take none of you motherfuckers serious anymore about what you deem credible shit and good shit. Like, fuck out of here. No. If it's not a heel turn, you don't like the pay per view. You don't like the match. If it's not this overwhelming thing that happened, you don't like it because it didn't play into your situation. Like, you brought in your fucking head. That's another thing. We draw so many scenarios in our heads that when shit like this, when it don't go your way, you now just don't like it. It's like, no, you put that in your head. Why the fuck is you mad now that they didn't move it the way you wanted it to move? That's your fault, not theirs. So, um, but yeah, but yeah, I'm not done with wrestling yet. At least not for this week. And yeah, this week is gonna be freaking crazy. So I might have episodes like the next couple weeks, like These next couple days are just about to be nuts for me. So if you are a fan of this podcast, you're about to get so much fucking episodes. Fucking gonna make my head spin. My head spin. Like I said, Bleed Purple and Gold is tomorrow. So is Wrestling Life No Mercy. I will do both. Uh, which leads into this week with I Bleed Sports. Excuse me. I Bleed Sports. I'll be doing a deep dive. We'll be doing a debate, two pod debates, which will lead into um, Bleed Purple Gold again, because LSU plays Nichols next Saturday, and then the first Bleed Black and Gold Saints versus Panthers. So that would be the week ahead for me. So like I said, if you like this podcast, you like what I've been doing, man. Hope you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel, BrandonJaneauShow. I hope you subscribe to my social medias, BrandonJaneau. You don't have the spaces, BrandonJaneau on Instagram and Threads, and then on TikTok and Facebook is on Facebook it's the BrandonJaneauShow, and then on TikTok is just BrandonJaneauShow all together. So if you like this, man, shout out to everybody that's been subscribing to the YouTube channel. Shout out to everybody that's been commenting. Shout out to everybody there. This month, I'm closing out this month, and I got over 600 total downloads this month. So clearly somebody's listening. I don't know who, and forever we'll be grateful to y'all because I appreciate that. So yeah. But until next time, man, I am Brandon Janeau. This has been the Brandon Janeau Show. Peace.